There's something invigorating about fresh, clean air. Pure, rejuvenating air is our most essential need. Yet our supply of oxygen is so abundant, we often take it for granted. The truth is, our atmosphere is packed with toxic chemicals, particulate matter, and biological contaminants that may cause discomfort, disease, and even death. According to the World Health Organization, air pollution causes cancer and increases the risk of heart and respiratory disease. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency says, indoor air pollution is one of the greatest risks to public health of all environmental problems. In fact, the air in your home or office may be up to 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. Chemicals used for cleaning, pesticides, dust mite allergens, cooking odors, and chlorine from bathrooms can combine even at low levels to create a chemical soup. And because people spend up to 90% of their time inside, indoor air quality has become a major concern.
The Environmental Protection Agency, that nemesis of industry, has stated flatly that beyond the pollution of our waterways and the poisoning of the atmosphere, one of the biggest threats to public health is the interior environment of our schools, hospitals, shopping malls, and office buildings. The indoor air in perhaps a quarter of those buildings may be dangerous to our health. Now guess, what do you think was one of the sickest buildings in the land? The Washington headquarters of the EPA. Hundreds of EPA employees say it was a toxic dump of an office. Joanne Callahan, an EPA attorney, had been working at EPA's headquarters for just a short time when she began to have symptoms.
Well, within about 9 days of coming to the building, I developed a facial rash. I had migraines on a regular basis, diarrhea, bloody noses.
Sick building syndrome is one of those phenomena of contemporary life. During the oil crisis of the 70s, building codes demanded energy-efficient buildings. Landlords sealed windows and often reduced ventilation to minimal levels in order to save money. Such buildings often become traps for every conceivable pollutant. Hundreds reported problems: headaches, numbness, dizziness, fatigue, respiratory illnesses. A few collapsed in their offices. Even more disturbing were reports of mental confusion and memory loss. Things got so bad, workers were demanding that a physician be brought in to examine them. Reluctantly, the agency hired Dr. Mark Bradley, whose specialty is occupational medicine.
Some of the individuals who I saw there, sir, I thought were, getting close to cashing in their chips. We're not just talking about chemicals, we're talking about microbiologic agents such as fungi and protozoa and bacteria. And yes, many of the chemicals which you go ahead and look at in these environments are at very low levels, but it's a chemical soup. And what the actions and interactions of these various chemical soups are, even at low level, we don't know.
Dick Wilson, who recently retired as head of the Clean Air Program.
There's a lot we don't know about indoor air pollution, but from what we do know, it's a very serious problem around the country today.
Indoor pollution. How to protect yourself from indoor air pollutants. Warning: silent killers in your house. The EPA, U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, has published some really scary statistics concerning indoor air pollution. Here are some of the facts. Indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than the air outside your house. Some World Health Care organizations even raise this number to 100 times. 3,000 cases of cancer in USA are caused by exposure to indoor air pollutants every year. 50% of all illnesses are caused or aggravated by polluted indoor air. 90% of colds and flus are caught indoors, and only 10% outdoors. Carbon monoxide is the leading cause of accidental poison deaths in North America. You certainly don't want to become a part of these scary statistics. So what can we do to avoid it? First of all, we need to understand what these airborne pollutants are, and where they come from. And second, eliminate the pollution sources if possible. And neutralize the pollution itself. The most popular indoor air pollutant types are dust, mold spores, pollen, dust mites, pet dander, bacteria and viruses, carbon monoxide, odors, pesticides, household cleaners, exhaustion fumes, smoke, lead, asbestos.
Hello there, and thank you for participating in Project AirRestore. My name is Laura, and I am excited about this unique retail market study for our AirRestore whole home system. We all know that the issue of indoor air pollution has been a growing problem since we started sealing our houses tighter and tighter to control energy costs. As a result, our homes aren't able to breathe, and as we add more pollutants, they have nowhere to go. There are lots of answers on the market. Air fresheners and candles, if you want to just cover up the problem, like turning up the stereo to drown out a car noise, filters for your furnace, electronic standalone filters, and big machines that only cover one room at a time. They all claim to work, but the truth is most of them don't, and you only find that out after you bought one. Project AirRestore knows that real-life results are the only ones that matter, and the best way to truly get the word out about our technology was to let our end users be the judge. We have given you a set of 5 testing questions using the AirRestore whole home system that will give us the feedback we need to market the product. Thanks again for taking the time to experience this new technology. Let's start by unboxing the AirRestore whole home system. Your system includes 4 naturalizers. 2 of them will plug directly into a standard 110 wall socket, and the other 2 use adapter plugs with cords long enough to place the naturalizer up high on a shelf or out of the way. The system also includes a 12-volt adapter so that you can use the product in your vehicle. When activated, each component operates exactly the same. Far right for low position, middle for the middle position, and far left for high position. Once positioned properly in your home, simple adjustments to each component will give you the perfect balanced solution for your indoor environment. So let's start right here in the kitchen. Cooking odors are very common, yet some of the toughest to deal with. Whether it's fish or broccoli or an onion, most people don't like those smells to linger. Find a central location in your kitchen for one of the AirRestore naturalizers and set to the far right or low position. The next time you cook a meal that has particularly strong odors, switch the naturalizer to the far left position or high and take note of how long the cooking smell lingers. You will notice a dramatic difference, and smells that used to take hours to disappear now only take minutes. Listen, we spend 30% of our lives sleeping, so one of your system's naturalizers needs to be in your bedroom. You know how nice it feels to sleep on fresh sheets? Here is a great way to freshen them up without taking them off. Peel back your comforter and blankets and use the top sheet to cover up the AirRestore machine, kind of like a tent. Let the naturalizer run for 1 to 2 hours and then smell the sheets, just like they came in from outside. Now leave the naturalizer in your bedroom and keep track of how well you sleep during the Project AirRestore trial. Improved air quality and oxygen can make a world of difference for getting a good night's rest. Want the freshest, cleanest smelling bathroom without the use of harmful chemical fragrances and sprays? Plug your air naturalizer into an outlet or use a corded unit and set on a countertop. Open the shower door or curtain, raise the toilet lid, and open cabinet doors and drawers. Place the unit in the far left or high position, and when you leave, close the door. Let the air naturalizer run for 1 to 4 hours and then remove it from the area. Close the door again for approximately 1 more hour and experience the freshest, cleanest smelling bathroom in your home. We all love that new car smell. The problem is that it doesn't stay that way forever. That French fry under the seat, that not-so-spill-proof sippy cup, the wet dog who jumps into the car before you can grab him and gets his scent on everything. Well, let's face it, a car can smell pretty funky. Plug in the 12-volt adapter with one of the corded naturalizers and let it run in your vehicle for 4 to 6 hours. The test works best when you are able to circulate air through the ductwork so that any nasty mold or mildew smells can be treated as well. If the car belongs to a smoker, you may need to run the naturalizer overnight for the best results. If you've ever played sports or had a child play sports, you know that one day your shoes will turn on you. That's a good thing because it means there was a great deal of exercise taking place to cause that stinky sweat. But man, that smelly bacteria can really get aggressive. Try this little test. Grab the pair of shoes that are the worst offenders and put them in a small gym bag or box. Put the corded naturalizer inside the bag or box and let it run for 2 hours with the top closed. The nasty bacteria won't like the AirRestore and will actually start to die off. No more cover-up sprays or pads. Well, that's it. You have completed the Project AirRestore field trial, and the last thing you need to do is complete the short 2-question survey regarding your results. If you have any more questions about the system, please contact the person who asked you to participate in our market study. Thanks again from all of us here at AirRestore USA.